Hello everyone and welcome to our Module 8. So this is a big week. We have got our second major writing project due at the end of this week, but that's all there is to submit this week. Everything else is just giving you time to work on that. There are a few handouts, some things that will help you, but focus on writing that. And so this overview video isn't going to be really complex, but there are a few things that I want to kind of review, especially about the introduction. And so make sure that you open this up, remind yourself of what you're doing, read the instructions, make sure you're on track and aligned with what the instructions are asking you to do, and especially focus on this introduction. Remember, it is an objective introduction. You are not making an argument here. The only thing that you are doing is informing the reader of the research and some of the common points of discussion you've identified among the research. You're not going to tell them whether those are right or wrong or good or bad. You're just sharing what you have learned. And so look at these points. These are all the points that are expected in that introduction. Opening with a broad statement that invites the reader in and gives them time to acclimate and get their footing in this synopsis. Then you're going to explain why this conversation is happening. You're going to share the behavior, the main topic of it. And you are then going to share a few common points of discussion and be sure to actually introduce your synopsis. Make sure that you actually look over here and make sure and that you are providing the information being asked for. So let me get back in here. And the rest of this week is I've got this student example right here, and I'm going to open it up, and a great handout on writing introductions that I stole from University of North Carolina. So there's a lot of references to Carolina and to the Tar Heels, but it's a really good handout with practical, smart, easy to understand tips and suggestions on what to avoid doing in an introduction. But if you look over the student example, that is also a good study. Going back to those points of expectation in the instruction, this is a great example of opening up with a broad statement, giving the reader time to acclimate, providing a bridge for the reader. And that metaphor will make sense after you read the handout on writing effective introductions. So you're inviting them into the synopsis. You're providing a synthesis of several key points that you, or common points of discussion that you have identified. And look at this pattern. It's a great pattern. It's a great example to mirror for your own introduction, and then make sure that you actually introduce the synopsis and what's coming up. And so then you have your synopsis sheets. After this, here is that great handout on introductions. It's not long. It's fantastic. Please read it. I would download it. I would keep it for future essay writing. The only other thing I have here are some handouts and tutorials on summary writing, simply because in the introduction, that was open to another website, you are going to be summarizing some of the key points from the different articles. And so here we have the submission page. So yours will look a little bit different than mine. You will need to okay and get permission, give permission for the turn it in. But I wanted to pull that up, pull this rubric up, okay, and invite you to read this over. Read over what is expected in that introduction. What is expected in each of those types of sources, in what's expected in the synopsis, and the proper formatting. And so review that. Let me know if you have any questions, but have a great week.